just crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then intense to this headless slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Or dice and woes of life, love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? Once subjected to paradise, crystal chandeliers, moles reflected. Often the mirrors appear, click, ready for each ear. Craving the radiant brain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today, normally I would be at Georgia's Happy Hog, but we're going to go later on this week there because, Tuesdays and Fridays are mac and cheese days, so I'm going to probably go there on Friday and do the show Thursday at Cutting Up Barbershop. So we shall see how that works. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, trying to stay cool. Not that hot as it's been out there, but it is, it is warm. There's no question about that. It is warm. But anyway, so we're going to have a good show today. I came on a little late today because I was waiting for the NBA midseason tournament schedule when the Thunder were going to play in the midseason schedule. So we got that, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But starting off, I want to talk about the World Cup, Women's World Cup last night. And it didn't even have it on here. I'm pissed off about that. I thought it changed the bracket in here. But yesterday, or last night, so I wake up, and it was the Spain versus Sweden match last night. And so I'm not happy about that. I thought that changed on my deal, but it did not. I'm not happy about that at all. But anyway, so I wake up about 2:30 or 3. I kind of went to bed early because my sinuses has been, this weather, being cold, hot, it's really, really messing me up, especially when you have the air conditioner on in the house. I get cold, and then my nose just stops up, and it's horrible. And you guys with sinus issues, Anyway, so I woke up and I was like, oh, man, yeah, the soccer match is on. And so I was like, okay. So I started, turned it on. It was about 14 minutes into the first half. And I tell you what, man, what a great match it was. I mean, Spain just controlled the match from the very beginning. Even though they did not have one shot on goal, which was crazy the first half, they pretty much controlled the ball. I mean, they were countering, but Sweden did a fantastic job of getting back, not allowing them to get any kind of good looks at the basket. I think they only had like three set pieces, 4 set pieces, and scored off 2 of them, or one of them, and the other one was, the youngster that they have. I can't remember her name. I can't even pronounce her name, so I'm not going to try to mess it up. But anyway, once she got into the game, it was great, the second half. But the first half, Spain they just dominated. But then again, Sweden did have a couple of looks that they just couldn't convert. But it was just amazing watching the match because I thought, okay, I'm just going to turn it on. You know how it is. You wake up, you're like, okay, I'm going to watch a little bit. I'm going to go back to sleep. Well, no, it was so intense. And remember, Sweden has 5 Final Four appearances. The United States has 8. Now, of course, we've converted 4 of those 8 chances into World Cups. But anyway, so it was a great match. Then halftime come out. Then Sweden is just like, you could tell Sweden at the end of the first half, Sweden kind of grabbed the momentum a little bit. And so they were on a full attack mode the beginning of the second half. And Spain just, fought through, and then all of a sudden they make this change with the young girl, the junior, and she's just going to be a monster. Track star, came back and decided to play the juniors, and she was They won back-to-back World Cup for the Junior World Cups. So she's just, I mean, she got in there immediately. She made a difference. I mean, had a couple kicks, couple looks. I mean, you could just tell, fresh legs, but just her skill level. And then, of course, she scores the first goal with, what was it, about 85 in the 85th minute or something like that. And then you're like, okay. But then all of a sudden, Sweden just grabbed the momentum and just were in full attack mode. And I want to say probably 3 minutes later, they tie the score. And so you're just kind of going, man, okay, here we go. And then all of a sudden, here comes Spain again. Because remember, Spain had the lead and then let them come back and had to win a penalty kick. So anyway, they keep the lead this time against the Netherlands. They keep the lead and or they tie the score. Then they come back and they score on a set piece on a corner kick. And basically what they did is they just kicked it off, and Corbana, I believe is her name, left foot off the top of I mean, just barely missed. Well, the goalkeeper did hit her fingertips, but the ball had just so much pace on it. You could just see it. It was. I don't know if she had necessarily a bad angle towards it, but she did barely got her fingertips on it, and it hit the bottom of the crossbar, or the top of the crossbar, and went straight in. And I was like, wow. So Spain then, of course, hung on. Sweden did get one more shot on goal, but man, what a match! And I ended up staying up all night watching that. And I'm just going, oh crap, here we go. I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow because I stayed up for 3 hours and watched soccer, women's soccer in the middle of the night. But well worth it. Sweden loses to Spain. Spain advances to the World Cup final to win their first World Cup of the opportunity. And then, of course, Australia and England play tonight at 5 a.m. So I won't necessarily mind waking up at 5:30, this morning to watch it. That's not going to bother me as bad as, waking up at 2:30 and then, you're up till 5:15. You can't go back to sleep. You finally go back to sleep, and then your day is just all messed up because, your sleep got screwed up. But what a match it was. And then, of course, tonight, England and, or this morning, I guess it's coming at 5 o'clock in the morning, not Sweden, but Australia and England are going at it. So, anyway, great match last night. Like I said, if you got a chance to watch it, I'm sure you felt like I did. I mean, I'm all energized now just talking about it because it was such a good match against two good teams. I mean, they just went at it. And at first I thought it was going to be a high-scoring deal. That's why I was like, okay, well, I'll watch this game be over quick. This match will be they're going to score a bunch of points. And it was just really a slugfest. And they were just back and forth. And Spain just controlling the rock. And then finally scoring in the second half. And then, they scored 3 goals in 5 minutes, 3 goals in 8 minutes or 10 minutes or something in 8 minutes. It was a short period of time. And didn't score any for 80 whatever minutes up to that point. So what a great match. Congratulations to the women from Spain for their opportunity to play for the World Cup title. Great opportunity for that. So, but anyway, the reason why I was late today, getting on today, is because I wanted to, like I said earlier, I wanted to watch the NBA today to see who Oklahoma City was going to play in the midseason tournament, because the schedule is going to be coming out. So we're going to know what games Oklahoma City plays, who they get the chance to play or whatever during the season. But anyway, the in-season tournament, November 14th, here in Oklahoma City, the Spurs versus the Thunder. So what a match this is going to be, or what a game this is going to be. Wembanyama versus Chet here in Oklahoma City. Now, the question is whether they will play Wembanyama. I don't see why they wouldn't, but, Popovich and the Spurs, they have their own way of doing things. Me, on the other hand, will not be able to wait to watch this match between these two Rookie of the Year candidates. But like I said, Wembanyama is going to play. They don't really care if he wins the Rookie of the Year, where I think the Thunder are more have more to, I don't want to say gain or get out of it than they do, but I think that the Thunder have more to get out of Chet winning the Rookie of the Year than the Spurs do for Wembanyama. That's kind of the way I think about it. But like I said, if Chet does what I think he's going to do, 12 to 14 points a game, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, I think that he probably will win it, especially if the Thunder win fourth seed, they're the fourth, fifth seed. I think that that is Chet's all day long. But like I said, I don't believe that Chet needs to average more points than that because that means Josh Giddey's going to score less. That means he's going to be less aggressive, and I just don't. I just don't. To me, the Thunder aren't as good when Josh is not scoring. And I know these people are high on Chet. I'm just like, guys, I don't know what y'all are watching, but I can promise you, if Chet Holmgren is the third leading scorer in the Thunder, they're not going to be as good. They're just not. You got to have SGA, Josh, the relationship they have developed, the trust, the chemistry that they have developed over the last 2 years. That's got to take the precedent over this rookie coming in. Then you see what J Dub's going to do, and just watching him play, he's just an animal, and he's eventually, if not already our second best player, at least 2B or 2A. Josh being 2, him being 2A. I think they're right there together. But as long as Josh stays aggressive, going to the basket, passing second, not passing first, the Thunder are going to be a three-headed monster that you're not going to be able to deal with. Because remember, there's only been one team to have three guys score 30 points in a game. The Thunder did it twice. They did it with KD, Harden, and Westbrook, and they did it with SGA, Josh, and J-Dub. So the chances of them doing it again are far exceed. But if you had Chet in there trying to score a bunch of points, it still bothers me that he said that he cannot wait to play with Josh Giddey. Well, yeah, you do, because you're not going to score unless you play with Josh, because Josh is going to give you the ball and everybody else is going to make sure you're the unicorn that you supposedly are, and you're going to get your own damn points, which is what I want to see. But I already know that, and so do you, and so do the other players. They know that. So anyway, the 14th of November, Spurs versus Oklahoma City here at Paycom. I mean, what a game that is going to be. I cannot wait to see those guys. But more than that, I cannot wait to see Chet and Wembanyama go at it. That's going to be fantastic. In NBA news, the Sixers' Joel Embiid takes processing and the location Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from his ex bio. And I just like, and it all stems from what we talked about yesterday with James Harden, talking about Daryl Morey is a liar and he'll never play for the Sixers again. And Joel Embiid is just tired of the drama. But, dude, you had Ben Simmons and y'all were rolling. And you chose to beat him down after the free throws that he missed against the Hawks. Doc Rivers, same thing. To me, y'all crushed that young man. He has not been the same since. And y'all are not going to be the same. You were a two-headed monster that was ridiculous. And people talk about Jimmy Butler leaving. Well, Jimmy Butler left because of you two. Y'all weren't willing to do the work that Jimmy Butler was willing to do and wanted to put in. And then on top of that, the Sixers are who they wanted to keep over Jimmy Butler. So, once again, this organization's a mess. And what do bad organizations do? They do make bad decisions. They keep the wrong people. They don't pay people when they're supposed to. So that's what organizations who aren't well run, this is what they do. So do I feel sorry for Embiid? Yes, I do, from the simple fact that he plays hard. He is the reigning MVP. He should have won it last year. The year before last. I think Jokic should have won it this year. But Jokic did not deserve to win 3 times in a row. I don't think he deserved to win 2 times in a row. He should have won the first time. I think that should have been Giannis' 3rd time in a row, then Embiid, then Jokic. But because they screwed it up, they had to fix it, which is why, to me, why you have newspaper people do stuff. I'm just not a fan of these guys doing things. You get it wrong. You fall in love with narratives. You fall in love with all this nonsense. It's just crazy. But anyway, in Hall of Fame candidates, here are the ones that the first year. That's Vince Carter, Joakim Noah, Tyson Chandler, Jamal Crawford, and Kyle Korver. Now, of those, to me, Hall of Famers that should be in, Vince Carter for sure, and Jamal Crawford for sure. Now, I'm sorry, Jennifer Falkenstein, your boy Tyson Chandler, I know that's your dude, that's your man, but he is not a Hall of Famer. Neither is Kyle Korver. Neither is Joakim Noah. I like all 3 of them as role players, but Vince Carter and Jamal Crawford, uh, to me, those two should be in. Vince Carter for sure will be in. Jamal Crawford, maybe the next time around he will get in for sure. But I think Jamal Crawford was just a monster. I mean, six-man of the year coming off the bench, just an instant bucket. Nobody could stop him. Nasty crossover, could shoot the basketball, scoring machine. I say those two for sure. Then of course Tom Chambers and Antoine Jameson, which is a little side note that I saw that I thought was interesting, where these are the only two guys that have scored 20,000 points plus in the NBA who aren't in the Hall of Fame. Let me say that again. These are the only two guys that have scored 20,000 plus points who are not in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy to me. How are they not in? I mean, how are they not in? Now, Tom Chambers has one of the most iconic dunks that you've ever seen. If you've seen pictures of it, he's coming up with the ball pulled behind his head, and his knees are up by somebody's head, and it was just one of the most nasty dunks I have ever seen. He was just a monster there for them. He was an unbelievable player. Antoine Jameson, I liked Antoine. He was a good player. He scored a lot of points, so therefore, if the narrative is everybody goes in that scores that many points, I guess you've got to be a Hall of Fame worthy player. They both were kind of under the radar, but 20,000 points is 20,000 points. I don't care who you are, it's a lot of points in the NBA. For you to be able to do that, that has to have some sort of merit. It has to give you some sort of credibility. It has to give you something that can say, yes, you belong in the NBA Hall of Fame. But watching them play, I liked Antoine and I liked Tom. I mean, they weren't, dominant players, but 20,000 points is 20,000 points in the NBA. So if that's the standard and they're the only two that not in, then you need to put them in because I need to go back and see who the other guys who have scored 20,000 points are to really give a good analysis of that. But that being said, I do believe that both of those were very excellent players, and but I I'm kind of in between, to be honest with you. If they go in, great. If not, I'm not upset about it. I know that's kind of on the fence. I mean, I'm not. I'm not. I won't be mad about it if neither one of them aren't in there. I mean, when I think like Deion Sanders says, when you think Hall of Fame, when you say somebody's name, a Hall of Fame, you should say yes. So those two, I'm kind of like, they were very good players. They did score a lot of points. So seven 7 points apiece, which are separate this two, which is crazy. Larry Faust, 94%. I think he should be in. Chauncey Billups for sure should be in. We talked about the other day that Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire's jerseys are being retired by the Phoenix Suns, and this is probably why, since both of them have a over 70% chance of being put in. Larry Faust, I don't know that much about. Chauncey Billups, I mean, he hit more big game shots than anybody. He was just a beast, and especially he did his work in the playoffs. I mean, he would just go to work when he played for Detroit. He made some huge shots. So yeah, Chauncey Billups I think should be in without question. Sean Marion and Stoudemire. Now Sean Marion was okay to me. He never really did the Matrix. He was okay with Dallas. He was okay with Phoenix. He never really. I mean, his shot was one of the ugliest shots I've ever seen in my life, but it did go in. But Amari was just an absolute dominant beast for the Suns, and then he went to New York, and then he had knee issues. But he was definitely dominant. Sean Kemp, I agree. Sean Kemp, one of the greatest in-game dunkers I've ever seen in the history of the NBA. Top 5, easily. But do I deserve that he thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame? I'm with these guys too. Gary Payton uh, was a big reason why Sean scored the way he scored the alley oops and the alley oops that Payton would throw him, and those two playing together, they were dominant there for Seattle for a long time. But that being said, yeah, I never thought of Sean as an NBA Hall of Fame, and I think the same thing of Sean Marion. I think him the same way. Stoudemire, yeah, he was very dominant, but Sean Marion played great defense, and he did. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's kind of like to me, he's like Tom Chambers and Antoine Jameson. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put him in. He's been out of the league long enough, and he does have a good body of work. I'm not gonna be mad if he's not in there, and if you put him in this year or next year or whatever, I'm not gonna be overly mad about it. But do I think for sure? To me, is I think Vince Carter, yes, when you say his name. Jamal Crawford, yes, when you say his name. Chauncey Billups, yes, when you say his name. Amari, yeah, he built it over time. But for me, for sure, Vince, yes. Jamal, yes. And Chauncey, yes. And I'm surprised that Chauncey has not gotten in yet. But anyway, that's the way I look at this list of potential Hall of Famers for the 2024 class. So we shall see about that. Now, one other thing, tying the Joel Embiid and the Thunder with my two NBA news things. So I saw this story that they thought that the Thunder should trade for Joel Embiid and what we should give up for Joel Embiid. And I was like, you're obviously from Philly, whoever you are that's writing this article. You're from Philly. I mean, that's just it's from Sports Illustrated guy. It was insane. Hey, Ben, joined by my guy, Ben Dillman, High State Carry. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. But anyway, I was saying about this story that I saw. The trade Oklahoma City to get Joel Embiid. And you trade Josh, Dort, Jang, 3 first-round picks for Joel Embiid. And I'm like,
You'd have to ask SGA. That'd be my first go-to. Ask that man, see what he wants.
Yeah, but
he's our future. So I mean, if he wants it, then
Yeah, but why would I want? Why? But you're giving up. You're giving up your
like
road dog. Yeah, you're giving up your road dog, Josh Giddey. I'm not. I'm like, yeah, no. You're giving up Jang. Okay, cool. You can have him. Dort. Okay, cool. Even though that's your Canadian Canadian team member, cool. Give him up. Jang, yes, cool. Give him up. Davis Bertans, cool. Give him up. I'm not unhappy about that. But Josh, no.
Yeah,
no. I'm not giving up Josh. I'm not giving up Josh, dude. And then because Joel Embiid is upset, because of the James Harden thing, which I talked about yesterday.
I mean that might be just a dumpster fire there. I mean, they already said he's not going to Harden's not going to play for his coach there now. And
for the team. Yeah,
and they honestly didn't have the best rapport between even the players on that team. I don't think. I mean, from what I saw, I don't. I mean, just from the headlines I've seen and different things. I'm not in the locker room, but you know what I mean, different things like that. But I feel like they just got to Harden's kind of. If you look at it, he's kind of been a cancer everywhere he's gone,
yes.
Right? I mean, because he left here. I mean, which was fine. Houston. He was great. He was great here. He left here because he wanted to be a star. They went and became a star out there in Houston and all that stuff. And he's just been bouncing around. He's just going to be just like Westbrook in the end, I think, which is sad because both those guys were MVPs.
Because he went from Houston. The next year he was in New Jersey. Then the next year he was in Jersey. Then he got traded to Phoenix, Philly, and he was there for 2 years.
Same thing that happened to Westbrook.
Yep.
Same thing. And honestly, it's sad too because KD's done his amount of travel too. He's been bouncing around too. I mean, it's really sad. All three of those guys that are, I mean, all MVPs all played here, and they can't find a place to stay, which is that's surprising to me. I don't know if that's I don't know. That has something to do with Oklahoma City. I feel like it's at the backbone of it. Just because they all started.
Oh, them leaving OKC.
I'm saying they all started here, and they're all causing problems everywhere they go. So
I
don't know if they just needed to hang out, or if maybe they need to stay in the same spot. I don't know.
Well, KD and Russell both were MVPs here.
Yeah.
And then Harden ended up being an MVP. So, by the way, I saw this stat. I saw this thing that said that Russell Westbrook is the greatest player to play from Oklahoma City. I said, no, that would be Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's the greatest player to play at Oklahoma City.
I mean, he might have averaged some triple doubles and stuff, but there was nobody on our team.
Well, they averaged.
KD wasn't there. He wasn't having a triple double when KD.
But like this, he averaged a triple double because Oklahoma City allowed him to because he was playing out of position.
Oh, they gave him the keys of the city.
And they were giving
said,
him,
go ahead, take it.
This
is your horse. Come
on. Like I told people, the last 2 games of the regular season, he had to have 32 rebounds or whatever in order to get to average a triple double for the season.
Oh yeah, he was stealing rebounds. I remember that.
And he had like 36, and our center, Steven Adams, had 12. I'm like during.
I remember watching.
Yeah, I mean it was pathetic. It's like y'all.
He's like diving out of bounds, throwing it back in just to get rebound.
Come on. But it was a great story for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, definitely.
Oklahoma City fans aren't the smartest sports fans, period, Oklahoma fans.
No, well, to be honest, we're still pretty new to it.
I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, as a city,
as a city as a whole.
Professional basketball.
And it just frustrates me because to me, like on After the Storm, Oklahoma City post-game Thunder show, I'm there to give you knowledge. I'm saying, hey, look, this is what's happening. This is what you're looking at. This is what's going on. Because to me, the more knowledgeable people are, the more they're going to want to come to support the team because they know more. And then Oklahoma City, the Thunder want to keep you, okay, let's just tell them whatever because we want to keep them upbeat. No, teach people. And when it's hard, teach the hard part. And
when we're not doing the best, maybe let them know what we're doing wrong.
And because this is how I think
what we can do to change this problem. Yeah. That's like a lot of lawyers in college. They all go and they're mathematicians in college because it's problem solving. That's what you have to do. That's what you are as a lawyer. Same kind of thing. Right there.
I think really
that's a great just you got to learn how to problem solve. You got to learn how to do different things. It's gonna stink sometimes. I mean, look at the Patriots. They're kind of on a downward spiral a little bit. I know they got Zeke the other day, but I mean, just you win a couple championships and it takes a little bit of time. I mean, Toronto Maple Leafs haven't won them 60 years. So I mean, you got different. I mean,
but the thing is this: you got to teach the people.
You got to know what you're talking about.
You got to know what you're talking about. And the more Toronto Maple Leaf fans are knowledgeable, that's why they keep coming. They get it.
Yep, they show up and they sell out every night.
The Patriot fans they're not dumb. They get it. They're like I was listening to the Golden State Warriors broadcast last year. And he was brutal. He was beating them up. I was like Glenn Azabuki, who
beat down on his own team.
Yeah, who played at Tulsa Christian, played at Kentucky, and was in the Hall of Fame. I mean, in NBA. He's their broadcaster, their color. And I was like, wow. I mean, he's just telling the hard truth. Hey, they're not doing this. They're not doing that. They got to do. If you want to get better, you got to do this. And I was sitting there going, they would never say that in Oklahoma City.
No.
They would never say that in Oklahoma City. And I'm like, he's just saying, look, our team is bad because we're not doing this, and this, and this, and this. And we want to win. This is what we got to do. And then once they started doing those things, they started winning. And I'm like, Oklahoma City would never tell their fans, teach their fans just like he was teaching them. That would not happen. That's
good stuff, though. I appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yes.
That knowledge, especially for even a guy like me, I can understand most of it. And whenever he breaks it down and tells me what's exactly going on,
what's exactly going on, and why, yeah,
it's I can see it, and that's what you need.
But Ben, I'm sitting there going, wow, really? This is not at all what Michael
Russell
Cage
Westbrook's
does.
the greatest in history.
Yes. Anyway, we're not talking to you.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Clearly we did. I just spoke to you again.
Give me just a second. But did you hear me earlier, or did you just ignore me?
I didn't hear you. Nope, I just heard you when you said that. I couldn't hear you either. I just heard you when you said that. Yeah.
Now,
what were you saying when we couldn't hear you?
Okay. I'm testing out these new headphones. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
So what were you saying? You obviously got something you want to say. So what is it you're trying to say? Don't say no nonsense. This is a knowledgeable show. If you want to talk nonsense, you can go work for the Thunder. You can go work for the Thunder if you're going to just throw out some nonsense.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nathan. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, I was just going to say that Russell Westbrook's the greatest player in Thunder history.
Anyways,
I'm kidding.
Like I just said, but I just said, if you're going to act like that, you need to go work for them, not to be on this show. Okay, we're about teaching. This is a teaching show. We'll give you the hard facts, but we're telling you the hard truth because we want you to learn and understand. So that's what we're doing here. But go ahead.
I agree with everything you guys said.
Yeah,
I was just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, but anyway, so back to what we were talking about. I just think that to me, Oklahoma City fans need to be as smart as possible. They need to learn, especially if you're going to have a team here, keep your fans engaged. Get them understanding what's happening. And, because I've been at OU games before, Ben, and people are saying stuff, and I'm looking at them like, what in the hell are you talking about? What are you watching? I mean, you're just screaming. What are you, what are you talking
we're not in
about?
Indiana.
Unbelievable.
In Indiana, everybody knows basketball. Here, we need a little bit
just
of
teach.
teaching.
We're trying to teach. That's what we're doing here. We're gonna be teaching.
And we're trying to grow the sport. So I mean, I think it'd be great.
Yeah. What do y'all think about the Thunder playing the Spurs the first game of the mid-season tournament?
I think it's a great idea.
Did y'all hear that segment?
Yep.
Do what?
Did you hear the segment?
I didn't. No.
We play them on November 14th here. Wembanyama versus Chet. If Wembanyama plays.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the question is, will Wembanyama play? Because, like I was saying earlier, the Spurs don't care if Wembanyama wins the Rookie of the Year. The Thunder care if Chet wins Rookie of the Year. It's a feather in the Thunder's cap. No, it's facts. It's a fact. No, it's a fact because, I mean, they even Popovich said, we don't care about no Rookie of the Year. We're going to bring this young man along as slow as possible, ease him in here because we're looking at down the road, not next year, not about him winning some award. That's what he said.
Yeah, we spent too much. They're looking for an award.
So, do you not agree with that, Nathan? You laugh, so you clearly don't agree with that.
I think you're probably right.
No, I'm just saying.
A little bit.
I'm just saying from the Thunder point of view, they want it's gonna validate them drafting Chet. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna validate them drafting Chet when everybody wanted us to take Jabari. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna validate.
I think Chet's play will validate why they picked Chet, but that's just me.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that more value. It's gonna mean more if he wins the Rookie of the Year versus it's just whatever. Because what did Josh finish? 6th? I believe Josh finished
something
6th.
like that, yeah.
And of course J-Dub finished 2nd. So they want him to win, and that's why he's got to play a minimum of 65 games.
Yeah, biggest man in the state that wants that to happen is Sam Presti. He just wants he wants to be
they want to validate the fact.
He's going to look. He's going to be like,
I mean, to me,
we'll get an extension if he keeps doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
Rookie of the Year is that's a good.
That's
what he wants.
I still think you take Jabari Smith. You can't go. There's nothing in the world you can tell me that was.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
I agree with you.
You can't. There's no data you can give me. I'm looking right there, and I'm going. This kid is 6'11", can block shots, run the floor, shoot the three, play D. Yeah.
Sounds like
can't
me.
Make a layup.
He did. Well, did you see him in the summer league?
No, I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, he had 2 30-point
high school kids.
So was Chet.
Chet. I'm not saying that.
Okay, then don't say
not good.
Don't say one over the other when one had 2 games averaging 30 and one did not. So don't throw that out there who they're playing against because they both played the same people. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Just a hypothetical. So if you knowing then what you know now, would you have taken Jabari Smith over Jalen Williams?
Over J. Will or J. Dub?
J. Dub. Yeah.
Because I would. That was what I said, but J. Dub was later. I would have traded up to take J. Dub instead of Jang. But you can't compare Jabari because that was a top pick.
If you knew now, if you could trade J-Dub for Jabari, would you do it?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes. If I knew now what I see then, yes. 100%.
You're killing me.
You wouldn't?
You're killing me.
You wouldn't trade J-Dub?
Right now. Like right now.
Right now, no, I thought you said would I pick him? Or would I trade him? No.
No. Yeah, right now.
Oh, I thought you meant pick.
Okay.
Trade? Hell no.
No. Well, I did say pick. I meant if you knew, like today, if you were repicking and you knew everything.
Yes.
Back.
Yes. I would do that. Yes.
Okay.
I would take J-Dub over Chet if I knew that this was going to happen.
Same here.
No question. Yes. That's not even.
Same here.
Yeah. No doubt. No question. Now, would I trade Chet for Jabari? Yes. I would.
I know you would
in a heartbeat. But like I said,
trade that for
and
anybody.
A lot of people.
but like this, I'm gonna say it once again. I hope I am wrong about Chet. Okay, I'm gonna say it
Hey,
again.
we
I
still have
hope
that.
I am wrong. Yes, we have the bet. I hope that I'm wrong about him,
Okay.
but he is 12 to 14, 8 rebounds and 3 blocks. That's what he is.
Don't you think that's a win, though? Like, I mean, don't you think that's what Presti thought he was going to be?
No, Presley thought it was going to be 20 points a game. He's a unicorn. I think
The
you
problem,
got.
I
problem
think
with that, though,
was that a quote at some point?
No, I think that what you got
you-
out of J Dub, he thought he was going to get out of Chet. That's what I
the
think.
problem with that is, though, you've got probably two definitely, possibly 3 players that you really honestly didn't know at the time were going to be better than him.
100%.
And I think, and now there's not enough to go around, and you don't want him scoring 20 points a game. You want the other guys scoring.
Well,
there's only one ball.
I was talking to somebody this weekend, and he was telling me that he wanted Chet to be our third leading scorer. I go, Chet's our third leading scorer. That means Josh has gone passive. We will get beat.
Yeah,
we will get beat.
I agree 100%.
I said, if Josh goes past, did you watch him? I don't know if you guys watched him. I watched him in the game the other day at Australia. I'm like, this dude he's a beast,
He's
dude.
awesome.
He is a beast.
He's awesome.
He is a beast.
I start liking him more and more every day.
Oh, I like him.
I think after that, whenever he exploded a little bit,
you really liked him.
I think no, that like sometimes like in any sport, like sometimes you got to be like a little comfortable to do that. You have to like feel that out. You know what I mean? So like, and like once you do it one time, you know, then you're like, okay, I got the confidence now, and I think that might have unlocked him a little bit. You know, like it might have like might have like opened up just a little bit of like. And I like guys that are dogs. You know, like I like Marcus Smart. You know, like I like guys like that.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Tony Allen.
He's not going to be like
Tony
Marcus
Allen.
Smart, but you know what I mean. He's gonna if that unlocked him a little bit and gave him a little more confidence. Man, that's great for the team.
I agree.
And it'll unlock a little bit of leadership too. It'll do a couple different things.
What it did, man, what it did more than anything, it gave him the respect of his players, SGA and them. That's what it did.
Did it not remind you of Baker Mayfield a little bit at OU? And I know how you feel about Mayfield. I'm just saying, like, kind of similar.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What part? Who, Josh?
Well, you know, just the stuff he would do on the field to get, you know, to show the leadership aspect of it.
No,
I'm talking about.
I don't think so. No. I think he's a punk. And
No.
everything I thought about him, came true. So yeah,
I think he's gonna start being the captain of that team. He's gonna be the dog on the team.
No,
SGA is gonna be
he's gonna be the
no, he's gonna be the star. He's gonna be the everything.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, like, you need a guy with some personality, with some strength, with a little bit of toughness. And if that did that for him, then that's great, because that happens in hockey all the time. Just one guy gets in like one little scrap, then he's like, all right, actually, you know what? I'm doing this now. And then everybody looks at him different. And
what that did for Josh, because if you'll go back and look at the film, SGA and J Will both turn around and look like,
looked at each other
what? Wait, and then SGA grabbed Josh and starts laughing like, chill, bro. Where the hell did that come from?
You know, it's like,
so yeah,
let the leash off the dog. He's about to go out. Hopefully,
I like that.
Go.
I like.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so I like it too.
Trying to think of a dynamic that would like. That I could think of. I'm trying to think of like what kind of duo they could turn into. You know, like both being leaders. You know, leading at their. You know, like with John, the vocal one.
Yeah.
You know, maybe on the floor vocal, but then SGA just being like, all right, you want to see what I can do? Here's what I can do, and you can't stop me.
The Jackson 5, Michael being the star, being SGA, and everybody else can just kind of hang out and do their thing. We'll just cruise through a couple of years and like have some success.
Yeah, but that's not a basketball duo though.
Yeah, it'll work itself out.
I was thinking.
All right, well, hold on.
I was thinking hold
on. We're gonna do is y'all think for a second. Both of y'all think about what duos, hockey, whatever, basketball, base, whatever duo you want to come up football. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
You're not gonna like mine, Matt. You're not gonna like mine.
Probably not. But anyway, so we're gonna go take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and then we'll come back and then you guys can break in for that. Want to thank Collaborative Logic for keeping us up and running. If you have any needs for computers, software that can help your office run smoother, or website design, they are the people to talk to, as well as to upgrade your network or put your design a network for you. SRB, if you have an engineering, surveyor, planning, my guy Mark Long is the dude to talk to over there. Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro. Holler at my boy if you got any rocks and dirt to be moved. Greg and Max Nafee supporting everything I do as always. Appreciate both of those guys at NAFCO. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, and a proud sponsor for us to go out and support minority women and black-owned businesses like we're supposed to be at Georgia's today, but we're going to be Friday. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com, or you can go into any of their locations. The main bank at 401M, YNB East on the Parkway in 66, YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, and the one I always go to is at YNB Peoples on 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell. So, and then of course our boy who's not on, he's playing golf today. He doesn't have time to deal with us. You know, he's too busy. Our guy over at DT Construction, he was on roofs today, and then he had to go play golf. He actually sent me a message, Ben, to play golf at 2:30 today. I was like, last night I'm like, we have a show that we're supposed to be doing at 2:00 tomorrow. He goes,
I had a meeting at 1:30. I might have even been out there.
Yeah, I'm just laughing. I'm like, dude, yeah, no. DT Construction and Consulting, if you have any needs for roofing or just construction work, holler at our guy, Drew Henthorn, 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. Or you can email him at dtconstruction2015 at Outlook. They are respectful, local, and loyal, which means he answers the damn telephone if you call. So if you have any needs for anything, rock work, drywall, whatever, they do everything. Driveways, they do it all. So just hit up our boy, and he'll be more than happy to hook you guys up. So, okay, so dynamic duos, who you got for me, Nate, that I'm going to hate?
What sport?
Well,
any sport, Ben.
I'm going NBA here, SGA and Giddey. I would like to see it now. Obviously, not the exact chemistry, because obviously, as we know from history after the fact, that it wasn't as great as we thought it was. But I'm going Westbrook Durant.
Okay.
Because in the early years, you have Durant obviously would be SGA, and he would go out there and more show with his game than anything else, but he was still a little vocal. And then if Josh, obviously we want him to turn into a better player and more flexible player than Russell was. But, and obviously he's not, but if you boisterous maybe, but, similar to that with a little bit of that in him, I mean, that would be a great duo to lead this team. I think then you got J-Dub in the background. He could be the James Harden kind of guy on that team. Obviously we know James and what happened there, but, kind of he's the second best player probably.
Yeah, I don't think we break this threesome up the way we did the first three. I think we learned our lesson. I think we learned our lesson.
No,
I think we learned our lesson.
I say if you come down to one of those guys, one of those four guys leaving, I think Presti will choose Chet. To be honest with you, I think he'll trade him before he'll trade those other three guys. At least I hope so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Go ahead, Ben.
If you're doing basketball, if you're doing current,
no, you can do whoever you want. You can do hockey. If you have a duo,
do what?
You can do hockey if you have a duo.
Hockey, you got to do like Mario and Yager. Back in 91, 92, they won a couple cups, and they were both top 5 in scoring. You got to do like Gretzky and Messier in New York when they fight, but they're both at the end of their careers. They're kind of like the whole like Magic and Kareem thing would also be a good one. Like that kind of stuff. They got to do a couple things together, which was fantastic. But I mean, Kobe and Shaq for basketball, I really liked that duo. Was one of my top favorite ones for sure.
Scotty and Michael.
Do what?
Scotty and Michael.
Yeah, Scotty and Michael. That one's kind of I figured that was a toss up, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
but
Larry Bird and Dennis Johnson.
Yep.
Even though
if you're doing football,
I hate all things Boston, but they were pretty good.
Yeah, if you're doing like current, you got obviously Mahomes and Kelsey, or you got Brady and Gronkowski. I think those are both great. deals as well. And then, I mean, if you're going to baseball, what would it be like?
Yeah, well, baseball's hard to do. Baseball's
you
hard
do
to
like
do.
Jeter and A-Rod. You could do
I would do
Garrick
Jeter.
and
I would do Jeter and Mario Rivera.
Yeah, and then Garrick and Ruth back in the day.
Yeah.
That was a big
Ooh,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think that was the big one that I was kind of thinking of. But other than that, I mean, I think that's.
What about DiMaggio and Mantle? Maybe?
DiMaggio and Mantle. Yeah. I agree with that. It's a good one too.
Yep.
Dude,
and if you're doing current, and if you're doing like home run hitters, you could even do Judge and Stanton.
Yeah,
no,
they haven't done anything. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they haven't done enough to really get on there. Those are kind of.
Yeah, I don't look at them and put them at the same level.
I mean, and I do like Stephen Clay.
Stephen Clay would be a good one.
Yeah.
Stephen Clay would be good.
Tony would be a good one if you're doing the current guy.
Yeah, because the way I look at it this is, like you said, Nate, SJ is a quiet leader, but he does vocal. If you've been down there in youth and you're down there, he speaks, okay? He speaks, okay? When he's in a huddle, he's saying something, he speaks, and they listen.
Yeah.
Josh, to me, is more passive. And what he did is, by doing that, his aggressive side, his angry side, his I can fight too side, I'm emotional, I've got feelings too side came out. That's why Jay Will and she started laughing. That's why I started laughing. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Josh is emotional? Wait, what? He cared? Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
We just thought he was a silent assassin.
You need that. You need that sometimes. Somebody should get punched in the mouth to be like, okay.
You need that.
Yeah, so, we're gonna come at every game a little bit different.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm excited about what the Thunder are doing, and I cannot wait for that 14th game on the 14th. That's going to be really, 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 really exciting. Now, we do have a question of the day. By the way, I woke up at 2:30. I still can't believe I thought to watch that soccer thing and stayed up all night watching soccer last night. It was insane. I was not happy camper this morning. Okay, but the question of the day is, which holdout is the most concerning for you guys? Nick Bosa with the 49ers or Chris Jones for the Chiefs?
Chris Jones, 100%. Chris Jones. Nick Bosa's he's going to get worked out. They're not worried about it in that camp. They even said that he only needs a couple days. They know he's out there working out.
Chris Jones is working out, but there's a difference.
They're both working out, but I'm saying Chris Jones, he needs money. Like, he wants money, and I don't know how much they have. So I think it's just kind of I think Chris Jones is more of the worry, and just on my side, I've read, Bosa's they're going to figure it out. So, and he wants to only come in 2 weeks before the season starts. So that's what I read. I don't know how true that is.
That's next week. Yeah.
So he's got some time still, and I think they're not worried about it. Shanahan said he's not worried about it. So
they also have more talent than the Chiefs do on defense up front too.
Yeah. So
what do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Bosa thing is going to get worked out. I think that, as much as we've talked about this, I think it's more important for Chris Jones to have the Chiefs than it is for the Chiefs to have Chris Jones. And I know the history of the Super Bowls, but I think it just basically goes down to, you want to make $4 or $5 million more dollars, or do you want to win Super Bowls? I mean, it is what it is.
He also posted that picture with Frank on there, and
I think he's also a little upset because they're making room for all these other guys. They're not making room for him.
Right. And my thing is this: when I think it was last year, they were saying something, and Frank was like, "Oh, what about our defense too?" Well, y'all defense sucks. Okay, y'all defense ain't the same as the offense. And you ain't really doing that. Frankie, you ain't the same guy you used to be. Now, did you make plays here and there? Yes. But I didn't like his dynamic because he was in Chris Jones' ear. To me, he was a disruptor. Okay? Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, I didn't like that. And I think that's why the Chiefs are like, you're out of here. We're not going to let you.
The agents do that. The agents do that too.
We're not going to let you come in and divide this team because of your attitude. You're out of here. I think that's why the main reason why they didn't bring you back.
That stuff's cancerous too. Having a guy that Jones wants a little bit of money, he'll start talking to the other guys on the line,
and I think that Chris Jones
not giving full participation effort, things like that. Like, it's just kind of
I just think that I think Chris Jones is pissed about that, agree, like you said, Ben. But also, I think that the fact that Chris Jones is acting like that instead of being a team-friendly deal. Because the reason why Chris got to realize the reason why he got paid the first time is because Mahomes took a pay cut for him to get paid the first time.
Yeah, he's like, you want to make less than I'm already doing now?
Yeah,
just to get
Travis
you paid
Kelce.
again?
Travis Kelce took a pay cut, so you can get paid. Now you don't want your turn. You don't want to take a pay cut, so Nick can get paid, so Gay can get paid, so Ladarius
And they got
Steve get
rookies
paid.
coming up.
Everybody got to get
that are
paid.
about
You
to
don't
have to get
now,
paid.
right now. You don't want to take now. You don't want to do a team friendly deal because you gonna want to get paid your money. And I do, but this is what I think. I think the Chiefs are going to move off Chris Jones. That's what I think. That's what I believe. I think the Chiefs are going to move off Chris Jones. I think just like they did with Tyreek, when you start trying to get to the point,
you know, Andy Reid Reid's like, I'll find somebody else.
Well, that's what the Patriots did forever. They wanted to pay you a certain amount of money. If you didn't want to make that amount of money, they traded you to somebody else, and they kept right on going. That's what they did. And I think they're going to do the same thing with Chris. Like, look, dude, if they're $10 million apart, that's a lot of money.
And he's a top 3 defensive tackle in the league.
Best.
I mean,
he is the best defensive tackle. He is the best defensive tackle.
He's a huge reason. Yeah, he's a huge reason why that team.
Well, the reason why they didn't go to the Super Bowl the year before is because he missed Joe Burrow. If he'd have tackled Joe Burrow the year before, they don't
missed him by like a foot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he refocused for last year, and he did not miss him this last time. So, anyway, that's just kind of how I look at it. But that is my thing with that. Now, Drew's picks, he went 4-1 yesterday. Speaking of him, he was not even on the show. It's like, dude, you need to get on the show so you can talk about your picks.
He nailed it. He was
4-1 yesterday. Yeah, he was. He was that. So, but he needs to get his butt on here so he can do his own. He can do his own stuff.
And just remember, don't go crazy on the wait for football season if you're going to take a swing on do your normal units. Don't freaking go over. Don't be like paying, 50, 100 on the, and just make sure that you're staying steady. Yeah. You just never know.
You never know. Braves money line -205. He's got the Orioles and the Padres under 8. It's +100. The Brewers and the Dodgers over 9, -105. The Angels and the Rangers over 9, -105. The Blue Jays, the money line -105. The Astros and Marlins over 8.5, -120. And then the Reds, money line 141. So go to HuskerDrewPicks.com and you can get your bets there. Now, speaking of the season, well, first of all, let's talk about the Celebrity Waiters Night. Yeah, talking to the number one waiter, that would be me, Mr. Celebrity Basketball guy, Oklahoma State guy, myself, the best waiter that there is at this thing. Upward Transitions, Celebrity Waiters Night, the OU OSU.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, OU OSU is a good time.
I'll send you some notes.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I've been doing this for 8 years. It's the only time I do it. 5:30 to 8:30 Thursday, which is a week from this coming Thursday, at Hideaway downtown on Broadway, 901 North Broadway. Former OU and OSU players will be there to serve you guys. Of course, all the money goes, all the tips, all that goes towards charity. Goes to Upward Transitions, which helps the homeless transition from homelessness to getting jobs, or moving into places. So anyway, hopefully you guys can make it. Like I said, a week from this Thursday, the 24th, 5:30 to 8:30. It's always a good night. Now, guys, speaking of week one, I don't know, can you see this, Nate? Can you see it, Ben?
I can see it.
Can you see it, Nate?
No, I can't. I don't have a screen up, man. I'm sorry.
Well, here are the games that I have up for week one, the games to watch, in my opinion. We take the Lions and the Chiefs as game one, the Bengals and the Browns, the Niners and Steelers, the Packers and the Bears, the Raiders at the Broncos, the Dolphins at the Chargers, the Eagles at the Patriots. And the reason why I have that in there because I'm interested to see what Bill Belichick does with Jalen Hurts. Cowboys versus Giants, and then on Monday night it's the Bills versus the Jets. Does any of those games strike you guys at all? Is there one that you want to see over the other?
So the first game going out there, the Lions and the Chiefs. I mean, I am really because the Lions had a top 3 offense last year. It'll be interesting to see how they come out against the Chiefs. And I love MCDC, coach out there for the Lions, and Andy Reid. They were doing the spin around circle plays last year. They were doing all kinds of stuff. So I am excited to see what's going on. That will be a great game. I do expect the Chiefs to win 6.5. I think the Chiefs never cover, but they always win. So I don't know if that's I don't know about that one. But yeah, then the
Ben. I was just saying, what game you want to see? What is your favorite of the group? What is your favorite that you want to see of this group?
Yeah, I want to see the Bills Jets. I want to see because especially with the Dalvin Cook signing.
That's the Monday night game.
Yep, with the Dalvin Cook signing, that's going to be a very interesting situation.
What about you, Nate? Did you hear?
I'm kind of saying, man. I like watching the Chiefs play, and against Aaron Rodgers, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, the Bills and Jets. I want to see the Lions and Chiefs just to see what it looks like. But the Bengals and the Browns and the Niners and the Steelers, those are two games I really, 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 really want to see. And then the Raiders and the Broncos.
That quarterback situation for the Niners is going to be very interesting against a very stout Steelers defense. That Steelers defense is very impressive.
And the Niners
so they're going to be good. They're going to get pressure on them. We'll see who it is.
And the Niners defense. So, anyway, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Jose.
I was going to say on the other side of that Pickett, too. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year with him.
Yep, I agree. And Jose says he's bringing over popcorn for the Raiders and the Broncos.
Oh, no.
I'll put that on there for him. Y'all know that, right? I put that on there for Jose Fierro.
100%.
I don't really care about that game. But
oh, man, Jimmy G looked pretty good the other day. It's going to be difficult.
I know, but I don't really care about that game. I would say that I want to see the Lions and Chiefs just to see how they play. But I want to see, really, really want to see the Bengals, Browns, the Niners, Steelers, the Dolphins, Chargers, and the Eagles, Patriots, because like I said, I want to see what Bill Belichick does, and the Bills and Jets. But if I had to rank them, I want to see the Bills, Jets 1, the Bengals, Browns 2, the Niners, Steelers 3, Dolphins, Chargers 4, Lions, Chiefs 5, Packers and Bears, I'm just interested to see what Justin Fields does at home against the Packers. And
Jordan Love will be interesting to watch,
Jordan Love, that's what I want to see what he does. And the Cowboys and Giants, we're going to have to go over Drew's to watch that. So, whatever. We got to hear Drew and see all of his freaking Cowboys.
I think that AFC North is going to be the tightest division with the Browns, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers. I think that's going to be the tightest division this year. So any of these games, like they have a week 1 matchup, like that's like the Bengals Browns, that's going to be a huge game. Like that is massive.
It's in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's week 1, which kind of stinks. Like you kind of want to play like a team that you don't see that much. Like you don't want to see it. So that'll be. But I think that AFC North is going to be an interesting division this year. All those games, I think those guys all might go 1-1 against each other. I could literally see all those teams going.
Yeah, I can see that too. 1-1, winning
just winning at home.
Yep.
Just being, just winning at home.
I agree.
But we'll see.
I agree. The NFL schedule this week, this Thursday, the Browns versus the Eagles. Who do you like, Nate? Browns at the Eagles.
You're going to kill me. I think I'm going to go with the Browns.
It's preseason. Preseason.
I'll go with the Browns just because they have more to work out.
Yep. What about you?
They'll probably play their
Go ahead. They're going to play
I think they'll probably play their guys a little longer, probably.
Yeah.
Well, they always play a little longer in the second, but I don't know if Jalen Hurts is even going to play.
He won't play. I think your quarterback needs to play at least two. Yeah, I'd say like 2
2 to
series.
4 2 to 4 series over the whole thing. Yeah,
and just so like you spread them out. But I mean, hopefully they're dressed and that way they don't need to prepare for it. I mean, they're really not prepared for anything. It's all just basic zone defenses and basic. I mean, it's all this stuff is just kind of throwaway stuff. I mean, Bill Belichick doesn't do anything. Like he's like, why would nobody does anything? He plays like random stuff.
He does.
Let's just throw it up the middle and see what happens.
Friday night, Panthers versus the Giants. Ben?
Ooh, I like the Giants. I think the Panthers rookies are brutal.
They're just brutal. What about you, Nate?
Yeah, same here.
Hopefully they can score some damn points, get some first downs.
Yeah, I think
hopefully they can protect Bryce a little. Bengals at the Falcons.
I go Bengals. Depth.
Yeah, same here. I think that, see how the backup quarterback position is going to look for a little while.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Desmond Ridder a little bit more. I like what I was seeing with that. I'm gonna take the Falcons in that. Then on Saturday, we have we got a full slate of games. Jaguars.
Thank goodness there should be something on the TV.
Jaguars at the Lions. Nate, remember it's just preseason, so it don't matter. We're just throwing it out there. So
yeah, I know. I still think the Jaguars. I think that they're, they're still probably going to play Lawrence a little bit because he's, they're still trying to work him in, young guy. So
yeah, he's going to play some more. He played.
I'm going to go Lions. I think MCDC is going to put about a half a can in his lip at one time, and he's going to call a couple touchdown plays. I think that's going to be the difference.
Dude, you're so white, man.
God, that's what he does. Go watch the guy.
You're so white, god dang, man. I'm going to take the Lions. Dolphins, Texans. Or I should say country. It ain't got nothing to do with white.
Dolphins. Yeah, we'll go Dolphins. Oh, you're good.
Yeah, definitely going Dolphins. The Texans are a dumpster.
Yeah, Bills. Do y'all think? Well, second of all, speaking of the Texans, do y'all think C.J. Stroud is going to have a better showing than he did in Week 1?
He better.
Yep, same.
They better let him throw the ball a few more times. Too.
Well, considering he didn't have Patrick Mahomes as one of his top 5 quarterbacks. Bills versus Steelers. Bills at Steelers.
Pickens and Pickens. I love it. I want that to keep on going. Like, give him a couple,
Pickett to Pickens.
Dude, they're doing so good. I love their names. I can mix them up every time. I cannot control it. I don't know what it is, but I do it every time. Yeah, the connection's good there, and I like to keep seeing it.
Yep, Nate.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Bills will probably care. I mean, no, they really don't care a lot about preseason, but I don't think the Bills would probably care about that, to be honest.
Well, I just like the Steelers.
Hamlin will be out there.
I like the Steelers more. I like the Steelers more than I like the Bills, so I'm going to take the Steelers. Yeah. Bears, Colts. We don't care. Bucks, Jets.
Yeah, same here.
The Colts, Jets. Anthony Richardson at the Colts.
Him against Justin.
I need some success. Yeah, some success out of him.
Okay, well, I don't really care about either one of those teams. But yeah,
Me either.
Anthony Richardson against Justin Fields. Yes, even though Justin Fields says he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. I'm like, man, you sure have high aspirations. We're going to see.
Good for him.
Titans
I love the confidence.
Titans at Vikings. It's 7 o'clock. Now, the Bucks and the Jets are going to be on CBS, which I don't understand why. Are they doing that so we can see Baker Mayfield?
Zach Wilson, though. I mean, Zach Wilson against Baker Mayfield pretty much is what it is, right?
Or the backup.
They're going to play Baker, and then, I mean, Zach had some good passes. And, hey, Matty, you have to watch the Hard Knocks. You got to watch it.
I don't care,
it's
man.
So good.
I've never really watched it at all.
No, I'm telling you.
No, I've never watched
pretty
it.
Good. They did a whole special on, like, the Noah passes. It wasn't even Aaron Rodgers. It was all
I know that. Yeah, I don't really care.
Sauce Gardner and all them.
I don't care about the Jets.
Oh, how does he do it? Yeah, it was hilarious.
I don't care about the Jets, Jets, Mets, Clippers.
Hey, me either, but
I got other things I'd rather watch.
Aaron's my guy.
Well, that's your guy, but there's other things I want to watch on TV. Chiefs and Cardinals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
Do we have a timetable for Murray yet?
For where?
For Murray, do they have a timetable for him?
For Murray, 6th, 7th week, I think is what it is.
Oh no, I saw he's wearing a sports bra the other day.
Oh, don't start with that stuff, dude. Don't start with
that.
Anything. You and Chet and him wearing
the Chet sports bra.
Chet sports bra. God,
I've worn one.
Anyways, Patriots and Packers. Let's just keep moving on. It's a family show. Patriots and Packers. We don't carry that one either, really, do we? I mean, Jordan.
Is Zeke gonna have to be in there?
I care, but I don't care.
Yeah, Zeke will probably. I don't know if they'll play. They'll probably have to play Zeke just so he can be familiar.
He probably won't play this week. I imagine that Bill's gonna dumb it down for him and just tell him, "Hey, just run behind the." I
like Ramondre Stevenson more than I like him.
He's a 1,000-yard rusher, wasn't he?
I don't know if he's a 1,000, but I like Ramondre.
I think he was a 1,000-yard rusher last year.
Was he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It might have been all combined yards from receiving and rushing, but I'm pretty sure it was just rushing. And then, Zeke's he's not gonna have just a walk in the park.
He's the back.
He's
Well,
gonna
Zeke is
he's
the
gonna
backup.
earn that job.
No, Zeke is the backup. They got him there for short yardage. Same thing.
He's
that
gonna
Dallas
earn
did.
that job.
He's there for the same reason that he was for Dallas. Broncos against the Niners. Dude, the question is Sean Payton gonna play his guys for 4 series again? That was, man.
So
I was like, that was a lot.
The thing is with me with Sean Payton is that brand new head coach. He has to figure out what he's got. He has no idea what he signed into. He's gonna have to see these guys in action. Like when the lights come on, the stars come out. So when those boys are out there doing it with pads on instead of just practice, I think he's going to push these boys. I really do, but I don't know. I don't know his philosophy on all that, but that's what I would do. I'd have to test him.
Yeah. What about you, Nate?
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to play a little bit more, but
before he played them for 4 series until they scored. I think he was going to play them until they scored. I think he knows exactly what he's got. He just wants to see really more.
He's kind of a little old school, which I love.
Raiders against the Rams. That's at 8 o'clock. That's the 8 o'clock game on ABC. It's on national TV. And then the Cowboys and Seahawks play at 9 on NBC.
If Gino's not cooking, then I ain't betting.
Well, I still think Dak needs to play. That's just me. I think he needs to play.
Zach Martin out of the holdout, that's great. But, you got Tony Pollard. You got to figure out that. I think they really just like that rookie too much, that little tiny guy. So I think they're just going to try and figure it out with that.
Yeah, well, anyway.
They need to get Zach Martin in there for just even one series.
Zach is going to play. He's going to play.
You got to build that.
He's going to play.
Like that, as a group of 5, those linemen that's very important.
But
you have to have some reps.
They've already been together. They know what they do.
I hope so.
I know they've been together for a while. Saints versus the Chargers on CBS. The one game on Sunday, which is interesting that there's only one game on Sunday.
Yeah, it's weird, ain't it?
6 o'clock, CBS. I guess I want to see some more of the Chargers and see kind of what they do. I guess I'm not over.
I want to see the Saints. I want to see the Saints rock and roll. David Carr out there, he did pretty well. Obviously, I know he's going against different people, but he played pretty well the other night. And
he went against the Chiefs once. He went against the Chiefs once, and did good.
He did well.
Yeah, he did.
Important year for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's got the right offensive coordinator for him too, Jace. He's going to make a huge difference, I think, with him. Ravens versus the Commanders on Monday night.
Can the streak continue? Can they go to? I think it's 24. I think can they go to 25 preseason games?
By the way, Nathan, Ben is a Ravens fan. Just FYI, Ben, so you'll know that.
Okay.
That's what that is. That's what he's talking about, the streak and all that. That's what he's talking about.
And the Commanders stink. So, yeah, I imagine this one to go another game. Yeah, might as well. Just saying. I mean, you got Huntley as your backup, and he's playing against threes. It's like he could be a terrible quarterback he could be a number 1 for the Commanders. You know what I mean? He's playing against threes against him.
What are your thoughts on Lamar Jackson, then? If you're a Ravens fan, I'm just curious.
So what are you asking about his skill? Or are you asking about off field? What are you talking about?
No, he's talking about on the field, right?
Just on the field. Just on the field, yeah.
On the field,
is he your franchise quarterback?
He's been declining. He's been declining a little bit each year, like just as most quarterbacks do, especially running quarterbacks. After your first few years, you start declining just a tad. He's been doing that. He hasn't really had an option to be. He had Steve Smith Sr. Way back in the one of his rookie years or something like that. Mark Andrews is a great target. I'm not an OU guy, but he's a fantastic target for him. But doing the OBJ thing, I think that was great. I think that's huge, actually. Give him a guy to toss the ball to, and also it'll maybe pull in a couple other guys to. Maybe that it'd be number 2, something like that. So, and I like our young guys. They just seem to have a lot of drops. I feel like the wide receiver core before OBJ, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen very much film out of there for the spring training and all that stuff. But I just used to see a lot of drops last year, which was terrible. And Lamar was running for his life. So, if he can sit in the pocket and just toss it, even just say OBJ averages 8 receptions a year or 8 receptions a game. You got a couple other guys that get 3 or 4. Mark Andrews gets 8. Then I think we have a great offense. The balance is good. We have a great, what are they, of running backs. We have a great group of running backs back there, and all those guys got hurt last year. So that was terrible. I mean, it affected my fantasy football too as well. But I think, it was just a bad thing. But I think Lamar as a whole, I think he's going to come into this thing with I think with OBJ, having a big personality on the team. Mark Andrews isn't a big personality, but he's a big, he wants the ball and stuff. But I think having a big personality will help take the, allure away from Lamar just taking all the heat every game. So if they lose, I think it'll just help out everything. But they just got to make sure that they can complete the passes. I need Lamar to go 60% and run for 30 yards. That's it. Don't take any hits, please. That's it.
Just 30, huh? You don't want maybe 75 or so?
No, 30 is good. If he's throwing for 2 touchdowns and if he's going 60% passing, he can run for 30. It's the threat. It's the idea of the threat is what needs to be. He just needs to average 30. Some games he doesn't need to run. Some games he needs to run for 125. We're gonna need that sometimes. But if he can just average just a little bit, he just needs to. Because everybody's going to look out. Those middle linebackers are going to be on spies on him. They're going to be, having to watch him. If he can throw the ball, if he can complete a pass, and with 2 at least valuable options, I think these other guys will fill in. I think it'd be a good, good situation for the. I think they have a great chance of winning that division.
Yeah,
so they're working on it.
Did you get the schedule that Randy just sent, Nate?
I did. I hadn't taken a look at it yet, but I did.
He's got the Oklahoma City opponents play Golden State, Sacramento, San Antonio, Minnesota when we play them. We play Golden State the 3rd, which we'll have all this up tomorrow in our Group C. The Thunder play Golden State at home the 3rd, play Sacramento at Sacramento on the 10th, play which actually – our games, the only 2 games that we'll play that count towards the tournament are on Tuesday, Thursdays. So it'll be San Antonio on the 14th. And
it looks like Friday. Is it not Friday? Friday and Tuesday?
No, but Tuesday, I thought they're Tuesday, Thursdays.
I think the schedule range
Tuesday, Fridays. Well, that's Tuesday, Fridays for us, for our group. But anyway, we play Golden State at home, then at Sacramento, and then San Antonio at home, and then at Minnesota.
That's a tough bracket for them because Golden State they always have trouble with.
But we'll be playing them at home. I think the fact we play Golden State at home as an advantage and San Antonio at home as an advantage. Our 2 tough games are we play better in Minnesota than we do in Sacramento.
Yeah, but Minnesota's going to. I mean, we always win because of their height, their size. Last year we played like crap against them almost every time.
Yeah, should have beat them.
Just because of the size and the rebounding. I mean, they kill us on the board.
But we should have beat them last year. That was a joke. That
Oh, I agree. Josh had one of his worst games of his career.
Yeah, we should have beat them last year. So, but anyway, that's the schedule. We'll have that up tomorrow. That we'll talk about and go over it on the schedule for what we need. And then Ben, I'll send it to you, so you'll have it. But anyway, I'm excited about that at least. So we'll at least have that, be able to go over that in detail tomorrow. And then we're going to be breaking down the Big 12 coming up because that's going to be happening. God, it's 3 weeks away now from everything going on? 4 weeks, 3 weeks. So we'll start breaking that down too in the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. Anything else you guys want to talk about by any chance? Nate, Ben?
I don't think so. I think you covered it all, man. Unless you want to talk more about Chat.
Anything you want to talk about, Ben?
Oh no, man. I already talked about my Bruins piece yesterday, so we're all good. So
thank you. Yeah. And then listen, I had to deal with the Bruins today and Chet yesterday. The Bruins yesterday and Chet today. It's just you guys are so lovely together. I appreciate y'all. Way to brighten my day.
Sad day in Beantown, my friend.
Oh my God. Well, that's just having to deal with Nate and Chet every day. It's going to be a sad day for me. That's all I know. That's all I know. I mean, just coming up with nonsense.
Right. Hey, what was refresh my memory. Is you took the Chet shooting better than Dort, right? Is that what you said?
No, we did not bet on that at all. That is not what we bet on.
I thought.
Oh, no, I thought I heard that.
I was not going to bet on Chet and Dort. I would not. No.
Was it Chet better than 35%? Is that what it was? Something like that? Maybe.
Nathan, I told you I'm not betting anything over him and over him. I said, do I think that Chet is going to shoot better than Lou Dort? Yes. Lou Dort shot an air ball the other day for Canada to win the game. SGA makes this great move, scores, boom, they double team, he kicks the door wide open, he shoots air ball from the corner. I'm like,
does it surprise you though? I mean,
no, it doesn't, but it's just frustrating, dude. It's just.
Hey, Chet would have made it. Just saying.
No, he wouldn't have made it either. So, did you see him getting dogged by KD? KD was wearing him out. And I saw this little clip. Oh, Chet does these things against KD. I'm like, you pulled out two things. KD scored on him like 10 times, and you put two things that Chet scored? Really? Oh, yeah, he was dominant.
That handle,
wow.
I mean, that handle, though,
that handle got picked like it always does. He needs, like, even you agree that he needs to quit trying to dribble. You agree with that?
I do.
To get your butt
absolutely.
catching, like, he doesn't set any kind of picks. He just uses his body and takes off. He ain't trying to get no contact. I'm like, bro, if you ever just stuck your buddy out there and maybe set a true pick, you might get open a little bit easier. But they already know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
you're going to roll to the basket.
He might get broken in half a little easier too, though.
You got a good point.
No, you slide the knee over just a little bit.
Ben, he's a roller. He's not a pick and roll. I'm getting in your way and rolling. He is not a pick and roll. He is I'm gonna get in your way and roll, or I'm gonna get in your way and pop. And he very rarely pops. He just rolls to the basket.
He's gonna pop. He's gonna shoot 38%, guarantee it.
38%. Now I'll bet you on that.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably.
I'll bet you on that.
36.
Okay, I'll bet you on that.
From 3.
But to say if he's going to shoot better than Dort, no, I'm not betting you on that, bro. I'm not betting you on that. No way. No way. Now, Randy Wright might bet.
I wouldn't.
Why don't you go into Randy's office? Go into Randy's office and ask him if he'll take Dort over Chet.
No, he loves Chet, man. He loves Chet.
Okay, so then he'll take Dort over Chet for 3. You think he'll take Chet over Dort for 3-point percentage?
Yeah, I'm not.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, no.
Especially if you do it the whole year.
We're not. No, Ben. Why don't you do it then? You and Nathan bet each other on. You think Chet is going to shoot better than Dort?
I'll take either side. That'll be fun. Let's go.
Hey, I'm in, man. I'll take Chet. You can have Dort.
All right, we'll do dinner.
Oh my God.
All right, that'll work.
Hey Ben, just go feed him.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Why don't we bet a Thunder tickets and then worse it cost?
Okay, what?
Hold on, you cut out there.
Said bet Thunder tickets and what?
Hey, we'll bet a set of Thunder tickets, courtside seats, and then Matt, you can get those for us.
Wow.
Oh, perfect.
Wow, really? Wow. Okay. So instead of me using them.
No,
with the person I'm going to be with, I'm going to get the tickets for you two and let you two go instead of me and my date. That's what y'all are saying.
Hey, just shoot Presty a text. Be like, hey, I just need 3 courtside seats. You know, right. I mean, I know how connected you are down there.
See what you what you do, Nathan. He just sent me a text. Chet is first team All NBA. Why are you see what you do? See what you do?
All right, Nate. So yeah, we'll have to. Nate, we'll talk off air. We'll talk about this.
Y'all talk about that because y'all on my nerves, both of y'all. All right. Thank you to High Stick Harry. I'm done with you. Thank you, Nate. I'm done with you. I'm done with both of them right now. I'm cutting them both off.
And I'm doing this for Drew. Husker Drew picks. Got to go because he 4-1 last night. Got to do it again.
I'm done. You're done, Ben. Bye-bye. We're not doing no big whatever he says at the end. Anyway, go to HuskerDrewPicks.com. He was 4-1 last night. I had to cut both of them off before they say something crazy to piss me off. I'm in a good mood, and I'm going to stay that way. That being said, everybody have a